Guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Now, right off the bat, I'm a little upset. I haven't seen too many people talking about this game since it's come out. This came out this last weekend, October 30th to be exact. And next to nobody that I follow has reviewed this game or talked about it. So Pikmin 3 originally came on the Wii U a few years back, and it was my first Pikmin game. I didn't play Pikmin 1 or 2 for whatever reason. I just didn't get into them. But I picked up Pikmin 3 on the Wii U when it first came out, and I quickly fell in love with it. And a lot of people are like, what is Pikmin 3 all about? Well, first of all, what Pikmin are tiny little creatures. They're different colors. There's like blue ones, red ones, rock-looking ones, yellow ones, and little cute little pink ones that float and fly. Each little adorable creature has its own special ability and skill set, and these are used at your command. So you command a whole crop of different types of Pikmin to basically overcome obstacles. So there's an amount of strategy over this. It's puzzle solving, exploration, and strategy all rolled up into one. So you use them at your command, your beck and call, depending on what color the Pikmin is as to what it's able to do. So for example, yellow Pikmin can get electrocuted or go through electricity or past electricity. Pink ones could fly. Rock ones that are black can break through glass and hard surfaces like crystals and other things like that. And then you have your red ones, which are like your standard generic ones. And on top of that, so you play as a variety of different characters. So you have a group of 3 characters, 3 brave explorers. So the story is they crash land on a planet called PNF 404. They're on a mission to find food for their home planet. Their home planet is starving. And you basically make an emergency crash landing. You have to find each other, and you work with Pikmin to reunite and complete the main mission. So again, you run into the Pikmin and you use them, you direct them, you toss them, you actually grow some when you take certain objects on the screen. Like if, say, you kill an enemy, you take that dead carcass back to the ship, or you find these little caps that have certain numbers, or if you find any kind of like fruit, you grow Pikmin and you can go out and pluck them. Now, along the way, you can actually, once you get multiple explorers, you can send them kind of split. You can have one character go off and focus on doing something else on the screen, and the other one can focus on doing something else. So you are timed on your stages. You'll see at the top, there'll be like a timer. So you have like a day timer to get as much as you can done, get the food you can. It's kind of like if you personally were going onto Mars and exploring and figure this out. So now I will say there is a different variety of difficult settings. So if you're intimidated by being on time, being forced to do stuff within a certain amount of time, you could do a more casual approach with an easier, method. You can kind of technically practice. There's the gameplay mechanics that they chose for the Switch version changed it up because the Wii U version was based with the gamepad that involved like using the touchscreen and stuff like that. This one they streamlined it a little bit more. I played with the Pro controller, and you're able to use it seamlessly. It actually works really well. Now, there is different variety of modes in addition to the story mode, which focuses on the journey. There's a mission mode where you can accomplish certain requirements to defeat the thing, like maybe collect certain items, defeat certain enemies, and you can conquer these, share your scores. There are online leaderboards for that. There's even like a bingo battle mode. So there's a variety of different side story matches that are hold on to this. There's new side story missions featuring Olimar and Louie. There's Olimar's comeback, which is quite interesting. We'll talk about that more. And all the DLC stages from Pikmin 3 on the Wii U are included on this, which is why it's deluxe. It has a whole bunch of new story modes, all the DLC, additional side story missions, prologue missions, like a lot of new content here that just adds it up. It just adds up in the value. Now, Olimar's comeback is kind of like a challenge mode where you have even less time than on the regular story modes to get certain amount of stuff. It's like the game on steroids. It's like an action, like a lot of times these deluxe modes add new stuff. Like Mario 3D World's gonna have like Bowser's Fury, and Wind Waker HD had like an endless dungeon, and Twilight Princess also had like some kind of special dungeon. Well, Olimar's Comeback is like the extra hard mode on here. Me personally, I wish a lot more people would talk about this because this game has some charm to it. It's definitely cartoony, but don't let the childlike appearance of this game fool you. This is a very challenging game that will make you use your noggin, and it's definitely probably the most underrated Nintendo IP out there. You know, you got your Metroids, you got your Zeldas, you got your Marios, you got your Star Foxes. You know, you have all sorts of Nintendo IPs, but not enough people this day and age talk about Pikmin or appreciate it. Honestly, this is a different take on a unique genre. This ain't like a platformer. This ain't an RPG. It's not exactly a puzzler game. It's actually a pretty frantic little strategy game that just kind of takes advantage of its uniqueness. Now, in reality, Pikmin and your characters are really small little creatures in a bigger world. It'd be like if you were playing and there was a character like this size, you know, exploring your backyard and you know, building bridges and running into little cute little creatures that can help them, you know, build these bridges, explore caves, find pieces of fruit, take them back to a ship. It's very unique. And I think dollar for dollar with the value that you get with the added DLC and stuff on top of that. So this game is $59.99. You can get it physically. If you go to Walmart, you can get it for $49.99, which I think is the best deal ever. Go to Walmart. But for all the content that you have aside with it, in a solid game that has about like 36 missions, plus all the side content, all the filler stuff, there's a fair amount of stuff right here. If you want to play a solid single-player campaign, but the real beauty, the real fun way to play this is with the co-op. Now, there is no online mode. I will say they kind of dropped the ball having no online mode on this. They should have adapted to online mode so you can play with somebody. But playing local couch co-op, your partner could go off and do one thing while you go off and do another. And you can get as much more missions done, a lot more farther in the game. Because it does take a little bit of a learning curve. Like I gotta admit, I do find myself getting scared because you only have a certain amount of food rations for your characters before they die. So if you don't pick up food or your Pikmin don't return safely to the ship, they die. You don't have food to eat, you die. So there's a survival aspect to it as well. It's much more easier and enjoyable and more fun with somebody else playing it with you. So if I was to knock anything on this game as a whole, it's that I wish there was an online mode beyond just sharing leaderboards. But I absolutely adore it. I still haven't played Pikmin 1 and 2 to this day, but I gotta tell you guys, if there was a Wii U title that I'm excited about being ported over to the Nintendo Switch, it was Pikmin 3. I had been saying this needed to be ported over ASAP because even back then, not enough people talked about it. Now, good news, there is a demo in the eShop that saves your progress should you want to go and play it right now and try it out and see it for yourself. So that's a no risk. Anyways, guys, I just want to kind of share my thoughts. Thanks a lot for watching, as always. I'll see you guys on the next video. I recommend it. Not enough people give this love, and that's a shame. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.